Holy moly, I am shattered. What a weekend. But I feel like it was just hectic. But great. So week three I'm getting into now. And I can now just focus on fat loss without having to worry about fatigue or anything like that, or running. So yeah, I'm excited. I actually woke up and I've dropped weight, which was unheard of. I was fully expecting my weight to skyrocket after doing a HYROX just because of the inflammation and the kind of stress on the body. I do feel tired though. I definitely look it. So yeah, this week I'm feeling, sometimes you hit a bit of a slump after HYROX, but I actually feel really good. Ready to take on the week. Again, another busy week, but when is it not?
So the weight finally did actually come down, albeit it was after 2 days of HYROX there. I didn't do HYROX, but even as a spectator, I'd done something like 40,000 steps across the 2 days. I am anticipating it coming back up because obviously I'm not going to be burning as much calories as that on a daily basis, but it's good to finally see a wee bit of a scale weight win, especially when it wasn't moving for the first couple of weeks. But we're kicking off this week with a bang, going to a new gym today to do push with a couple of the boys also trained by Calvin. So we've got Gavin, Neil from Pit Stop Nutrition, and Chris. And Chris is 1 week out from his show by the time this goes up. So it'll be really exciting to see how he's looking, how he's feeling ahead of his show next week. So that'll be cool. Here's the thing, right? See, as much as I love training at new gyms and trying out different equipment, although I do have years of training experience at this point, I do still get like gym anxiety. Last year, one of my biggest struggles when I was dieting was I was being sent down south a lot for work. But one of the flip sides of that was I was able to train at very, very good gyms. But see, when I was walking in, right, I was so overwhelmed. It was just a sea of equipment. And even, like I said, at years of experience, you still get that kind of anxiety and intimidation. These big, huge guys and stuff, you know. So I love training at different gyms, but I definitely need to kind of find my rhythm and routine before getting into the session. So typically what I'll do is go in, go a wee wander first, get my bearings, and then even just go on the treadmill, a wee 10-minute walk, and just kind of lay out my session in my head, see where all the equipment is, and then that way, you know, you're not walking around kind of aimlessly and feeling a bit of a idiot because you don't know where's what and stuff. So yeah, I love training at new gyms, but we'll see how it goes. what a session. Really enjoyed that. Chris, after all, he was the one who organised it, but he actually couldn't make it then, so not quite sure how that happened, but it was myself, Gavin, Neil, Molly the dog, which was amazing to see Molly the dog. I'm actually allergic to dogs and cats and stuff, so I've never seen a dog as energetic and loves cuddles and getting petted and stuff as much as Molly, so you can't say no to that. So it was very much enjoyable. Good to see Molly the dog, and Calvin was there as well, so it was good to link in with him, have a wee chat, and it's just crazy how much an environment can change stuff up, you know. Everything about that session was on point. The kit was fantastic, every exercise felt good, and do you know what else, right? See the tunes in the gym? I don't know like any other gym that just has like rock music on. It's always like dance music and hard style and all that, and do you know what, I do like that in a gym, but something about just rock music, you know, it was all the stuff that I would listen to anyway if I had my headphones on. So the vibe was just good. Everyone in there was fantastic to chat to and stuff, even people that I wasn't actually working out with. So all in all, just a really good session and leaving feeling on an absolute high. And I think that's always the case as well. See, like when I was talking about going down to these gyms down south, I would always feel anxious and overwhelmed and intimidated by like the big guys and stuff, but they end up being fantastic guys, lovely to talk to, happy to see you progressing and motivating you and stuff. So again, that's just been the case there. Really happy with how that session went, and yeah, now just continue on that momentum for the rest of the week. Can we put on the football?
No.
Scotland are playing.
Stop helping me. I don't care.
But I guess who they're playing?
Morton.
Scotland playing Morton?
Yeah.
No.
England.
No. Greece. So, like I imagined, my scale weight did come back up after HYROX. Not a huge amount, but like I said at the start, I'm not too fussed about it, because as long as I'm still looking leaner and feeling like I'm progressing, then that's really all that matters. The scale weight will follow at some point, it's just when that actually comes. So I'm not too stressed about it. It would be good to see it, but it's not the end of the world. Still performing well in the gym, still looking better week on week, so I'm happy with how this week's gone. Off to work today, so I'm just preparing all my meals here, and then yes, get into next week.
By the way, sorry if you can hear the washing machine and the air fryer, just trying to do some Sunday bits. This week's been good, but today I have felt hungry. Like nothing's filled the gap. I did go to the 12-week peak track session today, which was really good. Wasn't too, lots of rest, sort of sprints, and I felt good. My quads were sore from yesterday. But no, I feel like it's gone well. I've stuck to everything. Weight's held a little bit, but I just feel like I'm headed for a drop because I've had quite a lot of fatigue and sore muscles. So I feel like, see, when I'm rinsed of that, I will see a drop in the scales, but I'll keep you updated. I am on average down half a kilo from last week. So yeah, just need to keep going with it. And yeah, come see us in week 3. Yeah, week 3. Yeah, come see us in week 3. Yeah, week 3.
What week is it?
Week 4, not week 3.
Week 4.
Week 4.